Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you part 23 of my Stoneblock 4 playthrough. Now, there's been a couple changes that I was able to do over the weekend. One of you may notice is I have a very crazy FOV. Actually, I think that may have been done on last stream. I set up a little wheat farm using one of those Just Dire Things soils and the Watch Your Flowing Time. There's a diamond stack upgrade in there. Um, didn't do anything over there. At least nothing big. Didn't do anything down here. That's still going. Yeah. Most of what I did is in here. Let me just turn that off. So I set up all of the Orotech automation. I have... Actually, it's going to be easier to just jump down. So, under each of the centrifuges, I have an interface, which is pumping out the liquid and the solid using the endo conduits, just to keep these perfectly stocked, because rather than a pattern terminal, which only does it when you call the pattern, these interfaces just constantly pump it out until it's full. I've got this one, ender pearls into the pulverizer to make the enderic. This one is to make the unholy intelligences, which only stack in ones. The Heisenberg compensators, or whatever they are, they stack like a normal thing. These only go one, so the drawer only has 32 of those. This one's the laser, I'm pretty sure. And then we've got the other ones over there. Get the laser with a got an ender drawer because a single laser was not enough to keep up with the automation, so had to double it. One of these pulsating things is gonna be changed out for Certus, so that it gets constantly grown and charged, and just so we don't have to do the energizing orb, which is slow. We've got this one, which is pumping in coal. Also, I've been using this to make the biopolymer, or whatever it is, which is why it's got the water. This pulverizer was to make the biomass. This one made the turbo fuel using the refineries we got underneath. We've got all of these also have interfaces. So we've got the copper coils, the motors, one of the machine types, well, and the carbon plating ones, because there are differences. We've got the basic processor, the normal battery, the flux gates, the ion motors, the enderic lasers, and the superconductors. The reason I had that sign there was because sometimes these would get backlogged with things that weren't what they needed if there were issues prior in the chain, so that was just a note to myself of like, hey, this one's not finished, go back and fix it when you can. I've got 4 lasers connected to the atomic forge to like speed it up. That one does have a pattern terminal because we only need these, and it's got a interface pulling out of it. We've got a refinery. We've got a molten carbon pumping into here to make the oil. oil makes the sulfuric acid, the naphtha, and the heavy oil. Heavy oil makes the diesel, the naphtha, and the sulfuric acid. We've also got this one, the lava and the enderic, to make more sulfuric acid, the shell fire, and the strange matter. Had to do a couple weird things with this. Mainly, all of these are diamond upgrade and voided because they stop once a single tank gets full. This one I actually had to make a clicker from Just Dire Things because you can't pump lava eggs into here. And I have a lava cow. The lava cow wasn't keeping up. So I've just got this clicker, which is it's just this simple clicker. And then more of the Celesta gems, so I had to make another batch of that. This actually is a quest. I didn't realize that. We've got 2 of the fuel generators pumping into the power to then pump into the orb. These are shit. Because if we bring up, what is it? Orotech. Go to generators. The first one does 32. This one does 64. This one, 64. Between 32 and 224, depending on the... And then this one does 256. Yeah. You can do this, but that's a process. Also, it doesn't say how much it makes. So I was going to have these running so that I could remove the generator at the world engine to then make a second one, and just so it was even. These 2 do not match my power output. Well, power intake, I mean. So I couldn't do that. Move this down here. You're actually able to have all 3 of the cores on at a time. So all of the basic ones are done. All of the quantum ones are done. We've just got some of the arcane ones. This one needed promethium, which requires the redstonia crystals and all that. I couldn't be bothered doing that, so also that one's useless. This one, again, promethium and also plutonium, and also wind charges. So that's why I haven't finished it out. Also, if you don't have them active and you move this, when you click on this load existing augments, it reapplies everything that you have active. So I have to repurchase these 2 if I want to use them, which I don't. But I did find out that there was a scroll wheel to be able to just select what you want, the hyper mining speed, the flash steps, all of that. Now, you probably saw, while I was going through all of this block, wireless connector. What that does is basically acts as a channel teleporter. So we just go with wireless. It's extended machine frame, dense cables, dense smart cables, I mean, wireless receivers and boosters, and I just make a batch of it. Alright, we ran out of the soda stuff. That might take a... There we go. So what you do is you basically just put that down. Don't have anything on me to demonstrate. Guess we'll just go like that. Give me another storage because I'll probably use it. Do not want 1,000. There we go. So we'll go like that. My cable. See this one channel. So we'll right click it with this wireless setup kit. This was actually really easy. We already had pretty much all of that. But if I then take this, put it on this cable here, and right click it, see this is now powered, and it tells you what's connected and everything. So I've basically partitioned off all of the different automation just to make things easier. Also, you do have to relink them when you break them. So I've got one for the refineries. I've got one for over here, the generators and that. I've got one for, this one is listed as Orotech West because it's the west wall and it's all the Orotech stuff. This one's, where is it? Behind that. This one's Orotech East. So that's just the east wall. This one is Atomic Forge. I've actually gone through with the labeling tool and just been like, okay, this one connects to this one connects to that one, and so on and so forth until I had all of them. So I've got Atomic Forge, generators, and refinery. They're all in this room. I've got Orotech East, the Mech Ender, and the Orotech West. That's this little cluster. Then I've got crafting storage, which is just there. Cows and fluids. Because the cows, if we run all the way over here, it's just here. And this cable is just connecting to the drawer with all the wheat in that. It's just under here. And finally, if we go to the world engine and we drop down here, you'll see that we've got the ether gas and the Fortron as drawers now, and this is the fluid one. I do have to rebuild the wither, but yeah, we should now be able to use those in autocrafting. Also, somehow I've only just noticed that I don't have any volume. But yeah, so all of my time over the weekend was just setting up this automation. Also, you may notice that in my bag I've got all of the drawers from the sieves and all of that. I need to figure out what to do with them. But that's why we don't have any Soda Squat's dust at the moment. Go like that, and 1, 2, 3. I can't get out that way. Come on. There we go. Where'd it go? Doesn't it only normally disappear like that when I'm on peaceful? Did they ban the wither from being able to be spawned in here? if they did, that's a little annoying. Because it means I have to change this entire setup location. Okay. That would be where it went the first time. Oh yeah, like I said, I couldn't dismantle this one to then make two to have them, like, set here and here. So I just made three instead. Just mirrored it of, here's a plug, here's the dragon's breath and everything, here's a plug. You're actually meant to be on this one, just to perfectly mirror it, but I made a second dragon's breath thing, just so these are all... Ooh, that's an issue? Where's all my granite? Lock that. Also prioritize. Yeah. Right. Don't know how that managed to run down. What else was I having in here? Charged. That wouldn't have made it run down, because that's not being used actively. Yeah, nothing in here should have made it fall off, so I don't know. I do still have to, like, actually automate the patterns for all of the different, let's just show recipes. Like the meat, I don't have a way to actively produce that. Like, there's no, I'd have to get a mob swab of a, passive mob to then, what's it called? Spawn that inside a smeltery to then just cycle that round into a drawer and all of that. So that's not that bad. The strange matter we've got automated. The Fortron we've got automated. Carmenite solution. The hell is that? Carmenite in a mixer with a blaze cake in that. So we'd need to set up the Ergast, just have that running permanently, which means we'd need to set up a interface with the prediction matrices, pumping that into that. That's doable, but that's to make the sort of the cosmos. And also the longbow. The boots don't need it. I'd need to bump up. Wait, no, I think I have. Yeah, I'd need to bump this up if I want to make any of those. That's all the gear's the same. We've already made that, so we don't need to worry about it. But we could pump Sheol Fire in because it's all saved in our system. Could automate these. I don't have these automated. I've got this one. Resonant Void. We don't need. I do need to still automate the. What is it? Particle Accelerator. But I think we'll do that after I've, what's it called? After I have done the magnetize thing. Don't need that. The ultimates do. Doesn't actually get used for anything. But we could... No, we can't. Can't make that, but that doesn't need anything. Liquid Darkness we don't have, but Euphonium's only used for that one quest. So we shouldn't worry about it. also the Cursium. There's no like easy way unless we can I guess we could possibly mob swap or make our own data models. Neutronium compressor. What does that do? Oh, that makes all our singularities. We're going to need that eventually. And luckily I have the vibrant alloy just auto-crafted. That's easy. But yeah, just quickly going through to see if there's anything we don't have. Again, meat. We could make this now. Because we need the... We could make that. We can make that, so... How much did that need? 8,000. We can't make that yet. We need a lot more bloody speed. We've made that. Ether gas, so we can't actually automate this because there's no way to, like, auto-enchant or anything, I don't think. So the one thing that we need the ether gas for can't be done. Teleporter frames don't need anything. Apparently, it's lagged out. Crashed. Okay, that's a little unfortunate, but yeah, I've got source automated in the cactus farm that I've made. Apparently that reaches the world engine. So I thought I'd have to set up like a relay or something, at least one, but no, it just reaches all the way across. So yeah, that's all done. And that was just a matter of just linking one of those source jars to the world engine. I do have one more big bit of automation that I've done. Because I haven't automated much of the applied energistic stuff. Like, yeah, I've done the reaction chamber and the patterns in that. Not the patterns, the what's it called? The processes. I think I did that on camera. I know I did the processes on camera, but I don't know about the reaction chamber. But I haven't like partitioned it off or given its own space yet. I did make a second alloy smelter and gave them both octatic capacitors because we were running behind on the adamant because the energite and the adamant both I made alloy smelter recipes for, and yeah, that doesn't really work if you've got things that are needing both. You'll see that that is connected all the way over there. So that was a surprise. If we go back home, yeah, we drop down here. I need to clean all this up, but the requester, because we kept running out, so I had to increase that. But Crystal obviously doesn't have one. The reaction chamber, I've got all of these, the intro and all that. I did that on camera. This is just making the wireless stuff. It's the only thing that I've actually automated in here for the extended AE. So we could go through and do all that. Haven't done anything with that yet. I want to partition these off and have them be their own thing. I actually don't even need these anymore. because I can just use the wireless things to connect directly to the pattern terminal and that in the world engine, but I'm gonna keep these. This one we did on camera. It says it's errored, but it'll work the next time we put a pattern in. Let's hide that area. Yeah, this all needs to be taken down and like condensed. I don't have this in my system. Also, this has been running almost the entire time that I've been doing all this automation stuff. And it's gone up 11 neutron. Because I don't have the watches over there. In fact, I may actually reset that up. Just chuck that there. Give me that. Oops, fell in a hole. But if we go with, what's it called? The particle accelerator. This needed that, which we can now... Ah, right, we need to actually automate the... thingo. Still upset we can't make the circuit slicer. So we could just go through and make the pattern of all of that, so that... We only need one of those, so we'll just go... We've made that, we've made that. That we need. That we need. That we need. I don't know if we have ender dust as a, We do, okay. We shouldn't need more than the singularities we have in our system. Alright, what were you done in? You're done in the reaction chamber, okay. Alloy smelter, atomic forge, smelting factory, circuit fabricator, crystal assembler. There we go. So there's that. And then there's this, which is the quantum infused dust, so we'll chuck that into... Chuck that into our crusher. That may take up the last slot in... Oh wait, no, I already have that. So we'll instead go like that. And that goes into here. And then you go into here. That should be everything, so now I should be able to now... If I've done that correctly, let's just try it. Control click. It should go all the way through. And there. We now have the magnetic field. So that means we can condense all of this into, what was it, a 7x7 internal, I think it was, and have enough speed and everything to do the 15,000 black hole. Ah, yes, that was what I was wanting to do, the final bit of automation I did. There's my label gun. I got this working the way I wanted it to. So, yeah. So, I'll go over here because this is the one that's connected to. I've set up a different factory manager on each wall. Because what I've had to do to make this work the way I want it to, let's duck down, forward 2, up, is each of these is its own variable. Because the way I was doing it was not smart. I had it going, okay, every single one of these is a roost. Every single one of those is a draw. If draw is below 15 out of 16 in terms of full level, then take out of here and go into there. The problem is, because all of those were classified as draws, it was checking every single draw, and if one of them was above the fill level, all of them were locked. So instead, what I've had to do is, if amethyst is below this amount, take from the roost, put into amethyst. If fluorite is below the amount, take from the roost, put into fluorite. And I've just done that for every single one. And that's why I've got the 4 of them, because while I could have all of that in a single program, it would be extremely long, because how much was this? 130 minus 2, pretty much. No, minus 4 for each of the other ones, so that's 130 times 4, that's what? 520, I think? Yeah, 520 minus 12, that's how many lines it would be. So instead, I've just got 130 in each of them, just partitioning off each side to work the way I want it to. And yes, I have extensively tested it, and it does work. Also, I got this guy. Ethereal Cat. It spawned up while I was doing all of this. And is also the reason why I turned off the, pet thing. Well, for one, they kept getting in my way, and for 2, I've got way too many now. But, it's actually gotten really hot in here. So, basically, that's all I did over the weekend. Was just all of this automation just to make things easier for what we're going to get into. The only thing I didn't do, and I meant to, was section off this, and then also pump the oxygen and the hydrogen, and also probably the ethene, into their own thing, just so I could then use the hydrogen to pump into these osmium compressors, so I can automate plates. So hopefully we're not going to need plates today. But yeah. Pretty much everything this side has been automated. So what I want to do is get rid of those now. I want to try and make the fission reactor. So, start with making patterns for everything. Yellow cake. Done. This makes the uranium oxide, yes? Yes. And a chemical oxidizer. So I need one of those. That can then pump into a fluid drawer, which is then storing it. So we'll go you in an enrichment chamber. I've got an enrichment set up, right? No. No, I do not. Wait, enriching factory is what I'm looking for. Infusing, smelting. Oh yeah, this one is entirely for the duratium dust, because we don't need that mass produced. We only need that for the things that require it. Like the heavy core is, I think, the only thing that needs it. So we didn't make that. Need an enriching factory. So give me that. We'll just pump you here. You should be able to export out the top. Let's set that to in-out. Disable that. I have patterns on me, yeah? Yeah. That can go there. You can have that. You can be moved to the end of the line. Same with those. I think I may want to actually move them over. Give me that. Because I don't need the extended pattern on this if I'm going to have multiple. So I could use that extended pattern elsewhere. So we've got that one. We've got that one. Cool. Did you need anything else? I don't think so. Right, this was the one that I couldn't be bothered going through all the different pages and just assumed I didn't need it. Give me my tier upgrade. Probably don't need it, but... Ah, there we go. I always somehow click it just as it finishes. So go like that. At mech speed. Give me 16 of that. Give me 32 of that. Actually, give me 64 of that because that's needed for both of them. $16 or 32 that these can go up to? 32, okay. If that's the case, then, I'm gonna have 16 of those. Now that obviously won't be able to run on its own, so give me my energy. We are gonna need to let this, see upgrade. There. How much gold dust do we have? 5. That's not what I meant to do. Give me 11 more. Nope, give me another. There we go. Mix energy. Stack of that. See, sometimes it adds to what's there, and other times it just does what the button says only. There we go. Got you all set off like that. So don't need anything underneath. What was the next step? Sulfuric acid. That's just purification chamber. I need another enriching. You know, steel casings are something I'm gonna make a pattern for. Steel casings there. That can go there. give me. That to then go into that. Patient chamber. You don't need any for the item to chemical. You don't need anything, right? Okay. So that's good. We'll just add the sulfur in like that. Also gonna need Rhodium hexafluoride was that in a chemical oxidizer. Chemical oxidizer was right. So chemical oxidizer. I apparently have a dynamic tank. You go like that. You make the huh? Oh yeah, no, it makes that, it goes into there. Actually sort of wanna switch those around. Got confused for a second thinking I was making a redundant pattern, but why would you think I want you to go there? So that can go in there. You can then go here and give me pattern 3. Make 6 of those. We've got the chemical oxidizer done. We don't actually need... Now that I think about it, we don't need this because we just need a decondensator for all the liquid sulfuric acid we have, so I didn't actually need the me a decondensator. Yeah. We go like that. We want you to input from the top. Input output, I mean. Energy, we want you to come in from that side. Fluids, what do you, you're actually a gas. I want you to be chemicals. Output on the top, you are input on the top. And power from the back. That should work. Go like that. Oops. Where did that go? Where is that going? Anyway, what's the, not the level, is it? No, it's, the gauge dropper. So that, we've got a decondensing training already, so make the, that one. I really should make a, yeah, that can stay in there. Get rid of that. So we've got that done to make the... It needs a sulfuric acid with fluorite, which we can do. Make the hydrofluoric. This needs the chemical infuser. So that'll be the next thing we make. With those. Make all of that. I don't know what my mouse just did there, but so you can go there. Again, why would you think I want you to go there? I can go there to make the uranium hexafluoride. Get rid of that, we got rid of that. Well, you need it again? Was it to make the fissile fuel? Well then, no. We need the isotopic centrifuge, which... we can make it like that. Okay. Or make it like that. We've got it set up to make like that, so... That's actually doable. And lead, that's fine. What are you being used for? You're making the... Yeah. Apparently we already have one of the ultimate control circuits. So the dissolution chamber. You also need to check the side configs. Chemical oxidizer can go input from the top, chemicals out the back, energy from there. You, we already set you up. You're fine. You... want you... red and orange. If I go like that, will it input both, or do I need a cable underneath? I may need a cable underneath to just separate the fluid, the chemicals I mean. You can go... not that. You're probably gonna need a... from both. Or I could do like that. I'd actually be able to go like that. Power. That should be good. Make that. That one. We should check. That has a pattern. That has a pattern. That has a pattern. That has a pattern. Yes. Uranium hexafluoride. Really, that should go before that, but... Perfect. There. Have that one. And we'll also put the crusher at the end. Pulverizer, I mean. So we can chuck that back in there. That one needs a cable underneath to pull out. Right. I think so. Yeah, because that was pushing. So we actually need you. That was 3. None of you's needed underneath. So we want our interface here. Give me my conduit. Just need the basic conduit. So like that, extract. That way it won't get stuck. So that should be everything set up. I think we're going to need 2 of these. Because we need you for, yes, the fissile fuel and the plutonium. So what I'm actually going to do is chuck 1 on this end and 1 on this end. Hopefully, they can accept from the side. I've only got 1 input. By the side, I mean hopefully they can accept from the top side, because I'm assuming this is a... Yeah? No, they can't. Huh. I'll have you, accept from the bottom then. Ugh, can't do that either. Do I want to go like that? I can't really do that with the thingo down there. Oops. Give me that. That. We're just gonna have an empty space here for now, I guess. Where did you go like that there? Cable there. So you can go like that. There, so you're powered. You go there. You, we want clear sides. You to be chemicals, input output. Actually, do we want to input output on the bottom? Maybe we want you to only be input. We'll output on the front into a fluid draw. How did... Oh, right, because they're 2 blocks. Give me a fluid draw. 2 of those. You can go like that. You should... Actually, what I want to do is... Can I pick that one back up? If I go... like that... then look at my pattern term. Does it say centrifuge? Not that one. Here. What's it called? Isotopic. No. I could have kept the one on the bottom just so I didn't have to redo this. And it would have come up with 2 if there was one. I want you to be locked. Pattern of fissile fuel. Go like that. Maybe we unlock you. Because we also need to, Hey, I did say we needed the storage thing. It's in my backpack. So that. Also give me that one. That goes like that. Okay. So now if we type in fissile. 1 bucket of that. Got stuck along the way somewhere. Apparently wasn't enough, sulfuric acid. Weird. Hydrofluoric. Not that. That is 100 to 1,000. And you're saying 0.1 to 1. Yes, that is correct. And you are 0.1 to 0.1. Let's go. 1 millibucket is 1 millibucket. Yes. Okay. So that should be correct. Yet it's not. You were that, which is fine. Also, where did that go? Should have gone into here, but it didn't. And none of you have anything in your output buffer, do you? So where did that go? Ah, you are the issue. Why are you the issue? Ah, don't have auto export out. But that's still... That should have gone in there. Didn't. So where did that go? That disappeared somewhere. Nothing else that could accept it. Right. Because we have available 5. Hmm. I only made enough to... That's the issue. How do I edit patterns? Why are you down so low? Ah, that would be it. Give me... You. There. Wonder it kept running out. Oops. Hmm. Ah. One, bu one bucket plus 1 bucket equals 2 buckets. Yeah, that's fine. So now, let's try to make a bucket of that. Why do you keep stopping? Well, there's something wrong with this pattern. Point 1 buckets plus a fluorite gem equals 1 bucket of that. And you are set at 0.1 buckets plus that equals 1 bucket of that. So why do you keep stopping? Because you're correct. I know that. Hmm. There's something wrong with the hydrofluoric acid. You can only get the liquid from doing this in the condensator. The liquid's not used for anything. So why? That does work. Why do you have no energy? Oh. Oops. Unlocked, yeah. Got auto checked on, so cool. I guess we'll go with a puller upgrade. Set that to south. Chuck that in there. Or do you need a it may need some of the fluid first. You not it. Yeah, that's an issue. Don't have any way to store that then. It does say chemical, not liquid. Guess chemical tank. Okay, that works. We look in here. I don't know what went wrong. Let me try to go with another bucket just to test it. You'll run out to save. I really don't know what's going on. A few more of these. Apparently I don't have glass panes. Auto-crafted. Where are they? You're empty now. You're empty. You are empty. Empty. Can I use you? That. Get rid of those. Get rid of that one. Now, give me another. Okay, get rid of that. Oh, don't need that. So, we've got 2 buckets of fissile fuel. Watch this one closely. Because I think that only... Why? You again have an extra... 15. Chemical oxidizer. Now that. This one. You make... I don't know. Seems to be working. Let's make one more. Doesn't register that as an inventory though. That's an issue. Not recognizing that as an input is an issue. There's gotta be a way around that. That time we got an extra 5. Don't know where it's coming from. Give me another gauge dropper, we'll get rid of that. Okay. So this chemical tank isn't what I want. I don't know what else I can pump it into. Do I need to make a chemical housing? Because I mean I can. I really shouldn't have to, but if it's not going to recognize the tank, try and put it down again. Just gonna go. Set those. Where'd they go? There. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna need to make a, where the fuck did you come from? Either chemical housing cell. Because I mean, it's not like we're using all of this one. And let me change you out for an exporter. Huh. Give me, missile fuel. Why? Are you not working? Fuck it. You can keep that. Input, output, energy. So let's try that one more time. If this requires a fluid draw, a fluid cell, I'm not going to be happy. Okay, cool. I don't know why this isn't working. Yeah, well. Dump that, I guess. Whatever, we got it working. We need a place to go with steam. I think that can just go into a fluid drawer and get, well, no. Chuck that in a condensator into a fluid drawer to get voided, I guess. But we've got that. Okay, so this needs the entire vision thing. We also need to make all this. Cool. Because we need that to make polonium. Polonium we needed in the pressurized reaction chamber to make the pellets. But it also in the phase shifter. Okay, so we got that. I'm assuming this is just to make the minimum size one. The edges of all reactors must be reactor casing, but the faces can also include reactor... Right, this was the thing that confused me, because it has us make 6 reactor glass and 4 ports. One for inputting water, one for the fuel, one to set the output to steam, another for the waste. Right. So 1, 2, you can have one on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm guessing there must be one down there as well. Should we just tear this down? Make the reactor over here? Yeah, I mean, we've got to tear this down anyway. Can have all of that, which I'm not going to use. I'm going to go around and fill in all the holes in the ground at the very least. The magnet effect I have on is coming from the Orotech augments. Because one of those is just a personalized magnet thing. Yeah, that's what I thought. Did I leave any cables? Don't think so. No. Just fill in all the holes in the ground. Oops. I wonder. If I were to... Well, for one, I can just go like that to get it back. Because I figured out if you sneak with the hammer, it only does a single block. Yeah, that's fine. Can have another random mob hole. Give me more stone. I am running low on stone. We don't need most of this space. But this can be our updated particle accelerator and the fission reactor. And if we needed the fusion reactor. Really, I should do this in a place that's far away. Just in case it does explode. But, well. If it explodes, it explodes. Okay, so, we'll do it in this back corner. We'll need to go up one level with it. Pull it away from the walls so I can access all sides. Not that. So, we need 24 of the reactor casings. $24 of that. You can also have all those back, that back. Okay, we need 4 of these, which means we need another 8 those to make the final thing. The reactor glass. We needed how much of that? 6, yeah? Oops. Might help if I actually control clicked. So we're gonna have 2 extra of that. You can just make that straight up. Basic chemical tank. There we go. That should be that quest done. Turbine and when a reactor is built with one or more adapters, they can be configured to emit a redstone signal under hazardous conditions or to automatically activate. For example, using a comparator, reading a radioactive waste barrel will tell the reactor to turn off when the barrel is too full, or to toggle an emergency coolant supply if the reactor starts to overheat. So that sounds like something that we want. Yes. And it gives another... Why does it give another 4? Hmm. Hmm. So does this tell me how to actually make it? Form once the cuboid is fully built and at least one fuel rod assembly. Is inside with a control rod on top. So for that, I'm actually going to move it down here. So I'm assuming it's just... Oh yeah, we needed another 2 crafts of that. Go with that one. So I'm assuming I go like that and then mirror it on the ground as well. Like that. Assembly, then control rod. Yes. So you go there. You go there. Want the 4 ports. There, there. There. And there. How did I... Oh, right, because I used 4 to make each of those crafts, and then another 2 to make the... And that, and done? Yes. Okay, cool. So I want you taken out, and we'll have you be a logic. How does... Uh... Output? Um... So it needs a, I want that inverted. How does this work? So like that should activate it, and then if I go like that, this should be deactivated now. Active? Unactive. Okay. And then if we go like that, active, same. So yes, I do need you inverted. Okay. Gonna need a wireless thing over here. I think they're in my backpack. I left the one over here, didn't I? Did I? No. Let's go here. Vision. Go like that. So you're an input, yes. I did it say to switch them? Configurator, okay. Do I have my configurator? Yes. Not in wrench mode. Output waste. Output coolant. Ah, yes. So that is the one that we need for the steam. We'll have the double inputs coming from here. We want an interface. Give me my cables. we wanted pumping in the water first. Go like that. Go like that. Give me... Also, I want chemical. Input only. Insert. Extract. Go here. Give me water. Might help if I actually linked it to my system. Like that would probably help with importing and exporting. Gonna need more pitcher plants, I'm pretty sure. If we get our way in there. Is it going up? No. Why? Because we didn't lock it. There we go. Oh no, you are locked. So... why would that have been flipped around? How could that have been flipped around? That should now be... yeah. Cool. Status disabled. We want to keep it disabled till we have everything done. Give me... interface. Also want a crafting card. Turn that into a face one. In here we want crafting card of fissile. Okay. And where's my... there's my chemical one. You are insert. You are extract. So that should be going up. But it should be staying off. Okay. So for now, you're the liquid waste. It is liquid, yeah? Whatever. We've got a waste barrel. That went in my backpack, didn't it? Again, it says millibuckets, but millibuckets could be chemicals or liquids. So that really doesn't help. We want a condensator. Go there. Shut you off. Gauge. 2 of those. You to input from the top. Give me a fluid drawer. What happened to my fluid drawers? I think they're in my backpack. So you can go like that. We need you powered. Just take this one for now. And again, actually, I think that's in my... Yeah. Go like that. So you should input from the top, output to the left. Yes, that one does need a fluid. No, that one needs a... What? Heated coolant tank. Input only, output waste, output coolant. That should be gas. So it needs a chemical one. That. And you, I don't know whether you're a, thingo or a... So the steam's not a chemical. Get it? So that water's not enough to, a single thing of water is not enough. I didn't think it would be. Okay. Questionable. Also questionable. Not fluid, oops. So nuclear waste, that's going in there. Might help if I had it going the right way. Ooh, yeah. We need you sped up massively. So that's 10 to 1 there. 10 to 2. And to make that, we need 1,000 to make 1 millibucket in an SPS. And that is 1,000 to 1. So we need 1,000 buckets of polonium to make 1 bucket of antimatter, to make 1 piece of antimatter. And that is at a 10 to 2. So we need, what, 5,000 buckets of nuclear waste. 20 buckets of water to 1 millibucket of fissile fuel to make 1. Maybe I will set up the sodium. I don't know how that works. There's no quest for like the SPS or anything. I really don't know what I need to do there. Isn't the thermal evaporated towers what's used for making the sodium? Yeah, because you got to make the brine to then electrolytic separate into the sodium and chlorine. Is that used for anything? Hydrogen chloride, which is make shards, and then they, so that's just more ore making. And that's 200 millibuckets and 1. And then that goes into the boiler to then make with water. So this gets cycled back through in the same way that it's called. Is that the only way to make it? Yeah. In the same way that water through the what's it called? Into steam. Steam can then be turned into water using the what's it called? Gotta stop saying what's it called. So I need a way to like make a lot of water. Apparently you can do that, but you get water vapor. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. The electric pump. Um. Hmm. the fuck did you come from? Rightio. Well, that dropped on my head out of somewhere. Are you still pulling in water? Yes. Hmm. Electric pump, not mechanical pump. Hmm. An advanced upgradable pump. How quickly does this? Let's go like that. Go like that. Hmm. Probably want you to pull down. Guessing that's the power. We'll go like that. Give me another... I think I have flux points in my bag. Also... Give me 2 of those. Okay. Not that. Okay, yeah, that worked. Hmm. The issue is the pipe that I'm using. Where'd that go? 8,000 a tick. See, that should be, it should be going up. If it was 1,000 a tick, it should go up 20 buckets a second. Ah. Still only going up 4. No, you're only going up 1. Why? Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work. Guessing it's because of this. Actually, I wonder. Think they disabled this? It's worth a shot. They said they disabled it, but... What if I instead go around like that? Give me a piece of dirt. There. There. Still only going up 1. Despite... Is that a matter of input rate or... That didn't work. That may be an issue of, yeah, the picture plane has unlimited water, but it can still only generate 1 thing. So in that case, we're going to want to... What if we... It went like this. Have you as a storage. There we go. Like that. I should still have some cables in here. Right? Only the dense ones. So now if I again, go like this. Give me my interface with the other. Are you the way you are? You here. Water. Yes, now you're going up by 4. Can I then, you know what? Let's just fill this entire thing with... This is gonna be limited by that, so I think we may want to actually take you out, go... Mech... Pressurized? No, not pressurized. Are you? Mill buckets. Chemicals. Fluid. Mechanical. So I want to turn that to that. So one batch of that to then turn into that. Into that. Into that. Yep, you're full now. Give me a... Yeah. What does putting a tier thing into the concentrator do? Nothing. Okay. Not a stack. Yeah, I knew that would shut off because... Hmm. Still not enough, eh? Give me... diamond. You may want the steam. And also give me a void. Interesting. Are you on disable limit? How you going? We need better, of that. The chemical conduit, interesting. Why don't I just use that? You're still taking way too much. Let's take out 4 of the speed ones. Running max efficiency there. How we going? Yeah, that's doing pretty good. So, first up, want to check. No, we're not in claim chunks. EB chunks. Uh, admin. Extra claim chunks. Set at 128. Oops. There we go. Hit the right button. There we go. Cool. And may as well just make it a giant rectangle. There we go. All that's claimed now. So if this explodes, it shouldn't damage anything. What upgrades can you have? Is there like a tank upgrade? No. How much can this waste barrel take? 512. So we're gonna need multiple of those. More chemical. Need more conduit binding, that's... Okay, where did you come from? You scared my dog. Oh, he's down there now. That made me jump. I don't like that ass spell. You sit. Anyway, yeah, that's what I was worried about. So I'd need two of these next to each other, or have like one there, do a wireless to then accept it over here to disable on. Might want multiple of these. But how much nuclear waste have we got? You're empty, empty. Uh-huh. So if I build this bigger, does it go faster? Because we're pretty much... We don't need to worry about that. We don't need to worry about that. Plus, I mean, if it runs out of fuel, then... did it say there was a warning if it runs out of fuel? That one. Failing to provide coolant. Okay, that's fine. In here. So there's nothing to say that anything bad will happen if it doesn't get enough fuel. So that's fine. We can deal with that. We'd want it to be... What's the max size? 18 by 18 by 18. To do that, we'd need a, much bigger area, obviously. 18 by... So, I mean, we've got that running. We do need to set up the SPS. That one. SPS? No. Super... I don't think this actually does any, like, the mechanism stuff. Is there a guidebook for mechanism? Oops. Might help if I clicked off the... No, that's not it. Super critical. Surely, why is there no, like, hold G for that? There's no quest for it or anything. Oh, it's right there. So we need... So you want me to get plutonium? First. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna go with this one. Actually, you were, nuclear waste in a... So we need to somehow get nuclear waste read by the system. The problem is... I mean, there is this. I mean, we could do that. We don't have an accumulation processor. And we need polonium anyway. What's the accumulation processor? Accumulation. Oh, wait, we do have that. That's, we do have that set up. But we do need a polonium. Polonium was, the nuclear waste in the neutron activator. $1,000 of that and fluorite dust. So we need to automate fluorite dust as well. That's easy. We need 1,000 of that. So we need 5,000 of that, and we're got 500. Is there a way to make it automatically dump excess? Give me a chemical tank. I want you to input. I want you to dump excess. If I were to... What was my, a chemical, pressurized? As I said, just in case we want to... Might help if I actually reset the configurations first. Why are you going down? Okay, so we've got that on... Dumbass! Remember to lock your drawers. You're... We're disabled. Let me, break that first. How much were you using? Why are you not... Oh. We've run out of power. That would be why it stopped working. Okay. Interesting. That is not something I thought would happen. Hmm. Pick this one. 715. We're taking out more than we putting in. I mean, to be fair... Oops. Go through the... Let it dissipate. This one. We don't need this one running quickly. Not anymore, at least. Because we've got the... So now we do have a influx. Cool. Go back to the world engine now. Yeah, that's already back up at... What is that? 100 million? Yeah. Still not keeping up to a level we need. This one we do need quick. Go to the world engine. How are you looking? Going down. Okay. They got 8 of those. First check you're still going good. You're still going good. Cleanly going up. Still cleanly going up, okay. So we can't quite have a full stack of speed in there. But we can have close. And it's because this isn't burning very quickly. We haven't sped up any of the machines that make this. So we don't have to worry about that. So I am going to have to look at power next. Which means we are going to have to automate the plutonium. Because it is only those ones, yeah? Not that one. That one. Each port may output up to 25,000. That's less than the Thingo ones. Because if we go with it's 250,000. So why is this mid-game, yet this is end-game? If it's so much worse. Well, I guess it's not necessarily worse, it's just that the ports are a lot worse. I'm glad I checked that to see that it was running out of, you know. Where is... Where is it going? Why is it going down? Hmm. It shouldn't be, but... $9.99. So here's the same. So it's not dropping. Like, it's not expelling into the atmosphere. I don't know. Um... Let's check. Mechanism... Turbine. How much power does it output? Um... Hmm. Doesn't say how much... The biggest industrial turbine, based off of the FTB wiki, can produce 267,420,000 RF a tick. Not a bad effort. Um... Width of 5, height of 9, going based off of the most efficient structures, is 1.17 million RF a tick. Um... Hmm. Server. Or, if we, because we've got a way of making infinite water, don't need the saturating condensers, and that means we can make a different 5x9, well, 5x5x9, and that'll produce 1.5 million a tick. Hmm. Okay. And You need turbine vents on top. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one's saturating, right? No. Turbine casing, rotor, vent. Casing, rotor, vent. Pressure disperser, electromagnetic coil, yes. This one doesn't have the blades. The rotational complex does have 2 valves though. And also structural glass. This one doesn't take into account the structural glass. Ah, wait, it just says structural glass can replace. Not on the edges. Okay, so we might look into that. We'll go off of what the wiki says for the most efficient size. So that is 5 of the turbine rotors. We need 15 of those. You can go, you, you. So 5 of those. 10 of these. 10 of those. One of the rotational. One of that. Move you away. This one's 3 of the electromagnetic coils. Three of those are 8 pressure dispensers. Nope. That one. Why'd I do that? I knew that wasn't going to be enough. So 8 of those. And 8 there as well. This one's 32 of the vents. The quest wants 16, so that's actually wants 33. There. What am I missing from the 2 of the turbine valves, which is another 8 of that. No, it's only. And you want 48 reactor glass. So take 48 off of the what's it called? The casings. So that's what, 81 of the casings left. Is that it? Okay. So what's the bottom level of this look? Bottom level is just pure turbine casings. I could have this pump the steam directly into it. That would work. Oops. That'll give us space to move around up there when we're actually putting the final touches on. Wait, what? Why is there a hole here? And we'll have you be a port. And I guess you'd be another port. Put you over there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And the top row is just vents. Yes. Do I need any more? What does it replace the saturating condensers? That one asks for a lot more vents. The problem is I don't know how this works. So I don't know what it's asking me to exchange. Because I'm assuming all of the saturating condensers are just, you don't need, right? So what do I replace it with? Because it's not vents. Seems to be another two things of turbines, but it still asks for the same amount of shafts. Now that only actually asks for 4. It asks for 8 turbines. How does this work? Give me that. That goes like that. That's 10, because it can get 2 on each, yes. Okay. So on top of that, we get the rotational thing. And the pressure goes in an 8 like that. Okay. Then this has the electromagnetic coils placed like that, and then has the saturation things above it. So we'll go like that, yes. Hmm. What does it say to use instead of the... Just leave it open, I guess? Because there's an extra 12 turbine casings. There's 12 less vents, so that offsets. And basically that just means there's vents like that. 9, 21, 27, 29. Where do the rest of the vents go? Oh, they go down. They don't go down 3. That's still not the same number that it's saying. Six, 12, 18, 23, 32. We take out that lot of 9. I'm confused. Also, I can fly through these blades, apparently. That's good to know. Basically got... I guess... Do we go like this? Which way is front? That way. So you at the back will be casings. 1, 2, 3. Nah, because we still have one more than it says. Another lot of you. Right. Um, so 9, 10. 10 more reactor glass. That didn't work. And this is why I don't improvise. Hmm. You should be 4 tall now. So you get surrounded by the pressure things. And so we'll put the vents like that. Vents then go like that. Like that. And like that. Okay. On here we have the two of you are magnetic coils. You go like that based on the orientation we've got. Um, 16. So we want 15 of those. Oops. Yes. Now on the back all along here was the reactor casings. And there. Okay. And then the rest was just structural glass. Yeah, that time it worked. Cool. We want you to be on chemicals again. Output. Okay. You don't seem to be doing much. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Don't seem to be spinning very quickly. Another turbine. Gonna break this and hmm. So where do we extract the water from? Does it specifically have to be a mechanism pipe? No. Okay, I don't understand this. I'm gonna end this recording here, and yeah, I'm gonna go off. And I can't. Maybe I just don't do this on the next couple streams because I don't have time to learn this tonight. I work tomorrow night as well. So the next time I'd be able to actually sit down and learn this would be Wednesday night. So anyway, that's where I'm going to end this one today. So yeah, we managed to get some things done, but it is incredibly slow. I need to learn more about this. So with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.